Hello, my name is Mr. Chonyo. Welcome to my study room. Today we are solving question 23 of Wassce 2022 core or general mathematics paper. And the question reads, a ladder 6 meters long leans against a vertical wall at an angle 53 degrees to the horizontal. How high up the wall does the ladder reach? Good. This is a word problem. So the most important thing for us to do here will be able to identify the key facts in the question. And I'm sure if I ask you to take some time to look through, you are going to tell me that the key facts from this question are the ladder, which is 6 meters long, the vertical wall here, which makes an angle of 53 degrees, the horizontal ground. These are the three things. And I'm sure after you identify these three, you know very well that this is an application of trigonometry. So obviously, this will form a right triangle, or what others will call a right-angled triangle. It will be more prudent for you to even forget about those three after you underline them and sketch your right triangle first. So I would like to sketch my right triangle this way. Right. So it will make more sense to have your right triangle here. And now let's represent the side with these three pieces of information. And the question was very clear that this is the wall. So this is the vertical wall. This side is the wall. And then this will be our ladder, because the ladder is leaning against the wall. Or maybe let me start from here. This is the vertical wall, and this will always be the ground, horizontal. So this is the ground, and then this is our ladder, which is 6 meters. So I can put my 6 meters here for the length of the ladder. And the question says a ladder 6 meters long leans against a wall at an angle 53 degrees with the horizontal. So this is the ladder and this is the horizontal, and the angle between them is 53 degrees. Now, how high up the wall does the ladder reach? So that means that this part of the ladder to the ground, what is the height? That is just what the question is looking for. So let me call here h to mean the height. For a question involving a right triangle, I hope you know what we need to use. We have an acronym for it. Can you remember the acronym? Yes, I'm sure you said so, Katua. Let me write that here. So, Ka and Tua. Where so stand for sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine or cos equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and then tangent or tan equals opposite over adjacent. Knowing that, we need to now get back and identify these three sides, which one is the opposite, which one is the adjacent, which one is the hypotenuse. And the side that is always facing the right angle this way, which is the longest side, is always called what? Yes, I'm sure you said the hypotenuse. Right. And now after that, you locate the angle given, one of the acute angles apart from the right angle that is given, and that is 53. So you look for the side that is directly opposite the given angle, and that side will be opposite. So this is the side that is opposite the angle. And since there are only three, if we know the hypotenuse as the longest side of the triangle, that is opposite the right angle, and we know the opposite, which is opposite the acute angle given. Now remember, if we were given this angle here, then this side becomes the opposite, but this one we are given this, so the last side becomes the adjacent side of the triangle. And again, remember, if this angle was given, this side becomes the opposite and this side becomes the adjacent. Hypotenuse is always the longest side, and the side that is opposite the right angle. Right. So now that we know here, we know the angle which we are taking either sine, cos, or tan of, and we know the hypotenuse. And now the side we are looking for is the opposite. That means we need the ratio that will make use of the hypotenuse, opposite, and the given angle, so that we can find the missing side. And I'm sure you are going to tell me it's so, because so makes use of opposite and hypotenuse. Ka will make use of adjacent and hypotenuse, but adjacent is not one of the sides you are looking for, so it will be a waste of time to go and calculate that. Tan also make use of opposite and adjacent, which is opposite, adjacent. We don't know any of the two. We only know of the angle, and it will be more difficult for us to go and use the tan, since we don't know the opposite, we don't know the adjacent, we only know the angle. So the easiest one for us to use right now is to use the sine. So now we are going to use so. That means we are going to have sine of the angle, of course. So 53 degrees equals the opposite, we're calling it h, over the hypotenuse, which is 6. So when we cross multiply, or however you want to call it, inverse operation, we multiply both sides by 6, we are going to get 6 sine 53 to be equal to our h. You just use your calculator to work out 6 sine 53, and that gives us 4.7918. That should be equal to h. So looking at the options here, the closest one is 4.792, and really that is the approximation of this to 3 decimal places. And looking through the possible answers, each of them have been rounded to 3 decimal places. So that means our h will be equal to 4.3 decimal places means that 1, 2, 3. This one is 8, so we add 1 to this, so 4.792 meters, and that is option C. And that ends our study for today. I hope this study has been of help to you. If yes, then kindly consider subscribing to this channel for more videos. Till we meet again in my study room. Bye bye. Thank you.